There it is, the Red River. The Red River separating Oklahoma and Texas. We are now in Texas. Look at that, exit 502. In other words, you can keep driving on this highway for 502 miles. Texas and Florida and California probably got to be the only state you can drive on one highway 502 miles. And we're not going to do that. We're going to get off over here on Highway 51 here in a little bit, not very far down the line. And we are heading down to Jim Bob Basham's, my buddy's place in Comanche, Texas, on an impromptu fishing trip. I got my Ranger boat back behind the truck, my Ram truck. And these are the greatest trips in the world, impromptu fishing trips. I had a terrible busy week this week. We finally got our water back on about dark last night, Sunday night, and this is Monday. I had 3 jam-packed days. I just working 14, 15 hours a day, and then I go to Evansville, Indiana on Thursday, which is a 600-mile drive, to swap my truck in on another truck, and getting a granite gray, and I just can't wait. And I'm going to take Friday and be shooting commercials, television commercials for Expressway, Chevrolet and Ford and Ram, and internet commercials for them. So I got Thursday and Friday and Saturday booked for that. But Saturday, as a matter of fact, not Sunday, Saturday, my buddy Josh Jones called. And he said, Jimmy, I'm heading to Texas. You need to get your truck hooked up and come to Texas and shoot a television show this week. I said, I can't, Josh. I got every single day booked. Maybe next week, but not this week. I got every single day booked. And I said, where are you going? He said, well, I was going, I think he told me a lake named Lake Daniel or something. I'd never heard of it. And he said, but I changed my mind. I'm going to Ivie. And I said, well, I fished Ivie. I fished that lake with my buddy Jim Bob. And years ago, I hadn't fished it lately. And I said, why are you going there? And he said, you know that picture I just sent you a minute ago? It's 16 pounds. A friend of mine caught that. He caught 2 12s. So I'm going to Ivie. And he went down there and he said, I've got 4 guide trips this week. You know, Josh will guide anywhere. It doesn't matter. You hire him to guide, he'll go where he can find some fish. He'd never seen Ivie in his life. He fished there Sunday. And I was going over to get my COVID shot, which I'll do a little video and talk to you about that second COVID shot, since quite a bit of my family's had 2 COVID shots now. And we'll talk to you about the effects of it, good or bad. And but anyway, back to the fishing, back to this trip. This is the most exciting thing, going on a trip you didn't have planned and just shaking, thinking about maybe catching a big bass that weighs over 10 pounds. Just stay shaking about it. But anyway, Josh caught, I talked to him at 11:45. I was driving over to get that shot at 12:30. And he said, I caught 6 today. And he said, the first 2 I caught was an 8-pounder and a 7-pounder. First 5 minutes I was on the lake. But I've only caught 4 since. I had a big one on, probably maybe 10 pounds. I lost it. And I've only caught 6. While I was talking to him, he saw one over 10 on his live scope and on his Garmin fish finder. And he got it to chase his bait twice, but he didn't get it to bite. While I was talking to him, he got another one that's 7 pounds. But anyway, I'm just going crazy. I'm just like bananas. I'm bananas. And but he had a great day yesterday. He caught the largest fish he's ever caught in his life, one that weighed 13.20. You put that in pounds and ounces, that's 13.3. 13.3. And he's fishing, guiding, I guess, today. He had a guide trip, but I think the guy might have canceled. And he's told me he just caught a lot of fish today. So I'm going to go down there. We're going to fish with Jim Bob tomorrow. We probably won't get to Jim Bob's house till about midnight. We're about 75 miles from the lake. We'll go over early tomorrow and fish all day tomorrow. I'm going to fish with Josh, hopefully on Wednesday, unless somebody calls and books him for a guide trip. And but we're going to fish with Josh hopefully on Wednesday. Drive back home, get back home at midnight or 1 or 2 o'clock or whatever time we get home Wednesday night. Go to Evansville on Thursday. This is an exciting road trip, and we're going to take you with us all the way. Oh, I can't wait to get there. Okay, let's get this thing going. Deposit 5 quarters. I can remember when this was a quarter to do this. 1, 2, 3. Besides that, you have to deposit a whole bunch more. 5, 6. And the minutes are running as you poke them in. 7, 8. We'll start with 8. Hit the soap, I guess. See, the minutes are running, and I don't even, what do I got to do to get the soap going? I don't know what to do. Too complicated shit, boy. That's why that little air was there. I can see the Indians. Let's be perfect. We got to be a lot better than we were. $5 to get it clean. That'd be good. Make me drive down the highway. Now, let's go to the truck. Come on. Yeah, that's on that truck shop in Murphy. Clean. Hey, we got lights. I'm gonna turn the lights on for us. All right. We'll see y'all down the road. I'll get this thing finished if I don't run out of quarters. I got me $5 worth to start with. That might or might not give enough. Well, we have driven over here. It's about 90 miles from Jim Bob's, maybe 95. We're here at Elm Creek on Ivie, and you can see the lake back out there in the background. We're going to buy a permit to launch here. There's another boat sitting there getting gas. We're going to buy a permit to launch here and get out there and try to catch them. It's dead calm right now. It's amazing. It's so good. And I don't see any boats out there, but I bet there's some already out there this morning. But look at all the deer across the road. Look at all the deer walking over there. A whole bunch of deer right in there, just across the highway. And I saw a lot of signs that said no hunting, so there must be a lot of deer right here. We saw a big bunch of turkeys the last time Jim Bob and I was over here filming the show. It was years and years ago, probably 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. I don't remember. But we're going to get this permit and get a bag of ice and get our fannies on the water. I'm so excited. Where's the dam? He's got to get it down there, Joe. Isn't that a pretty thing in this clear water? I guarantee you that is just, you'd have fish in that clear water, Jim Bob. That's boat with me. Finally, that's only the second one I've had bite. I was sitting down. My chair keeps leaking down. Boy, that's some good cold sugar. My chair keeps leaking down. I know it's not causing that. You're sitting down too. I don't know what you're talking about me sitting down. I might not be getting that bait deep enough. I really let that thing go down there. fish right there, Jim Bob. Boy, look how fat he is and how healthy. That's why these Ivie fish get to be 10, 12, 14 pounds, 15, 16 pounds. I believe that's the biggest one we caught. Yep, I believe that's the biggest one so far. Yeah. My buddy Josh Jones has been guiding Tyler Wolf today, and he got a big fish. And we're gonna see. They think it weighs 10 pounds, but it don't. You should have just eyeballed it, Tyler.
Hey, I told you visually it's 10.
That's the way I do it. It weighs 10 pounds. It weighs 9, 12 and a half. 9, 12 and a half. 9, 12 and a half.
Pretty good.
That's a big old fish. There you go.
9.80.
Yep. 9, 12 and a half.
Got it?
You need a bluegill, not a shad. That's a big one. Yeah, that's a big one.
Jimmy, get in there. I'm so sunburnt. All right, thank you.
Turn that puppy loose. Boy, Jim Bob, that's some killer scales right there, man. All right. Well, that's a good day out there on Ivie. The biggest one we had in our boat was a little over 6 pounds that Jim Bob caught. I think I had one about 5, and that's all. But caught a lot of fish today, had a lot of fun, and I'm going to go do it again tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do.